Hi loves! It's been a hot minute since I've said that, or talked to a camera, or posted anything at all to my YouTube channel. And this isn't a new thing. This isn't the first time that this has happened. And I think a lot of times that I kind of unintentionally take a break from making videos, it's just kind of this like loss of motivation and me kind of struggling with different things in my life and then kind of putting YouTube on the back burner for that reason. Today just felt like a day where I really wanted to film a video, so even though I'm at my boyfriend's place, as you all can probably see in the background, and I had to kind of just like makeshift a tripod. Right now you guys are sitting on a stool and 3 shoe boxes and another box that I pulled all these out of my boyfriend's closet. I'm really glad he kept them because I had something to sit my camera on. I also have a lovely cup of coffee so that I have something to sip on while I chat with you guys, and I hope that you go grab a snack or a hot beverage too and we can just be all cozy and enjoy the fact that it is finally fall and slowly starting to cool down. I can actually see some leaves that are starting to change on the tree outside the window, and that makes me really happy. Anyway, this has been a really rambly intro, but really I just wanted to sit down and talk to you guys and update you and just be honest and raw, which is something that I've tried to do on my channel from the start and really has just been important to me, so I want to keep doing that, and I'm just gonna go ahead and get into it. So I think one of the things that I have been struggling most with recently is where I'm at in my job slash career. So I'm sure that many of you know if you've been watching me for a while, but I live in the Washington, D.C. area. I'm currently in Baltimore because this is where my boyfriend lives, and I work in Washington, D.C. as a receptionist at a law firm. And while there's absolutely nothing wrong with that, you know, it's a full-time job, it has benefits, all of those adulting things, you know, I kind of have my ducks in a row. But I think at the same time, since I'm a fiercely creative person and that's what I love doing, I studied film and video in college, and so that's kind of really where my passion is. And I've just been struggling so much with spending 40 hours of my week doing something that I am not at all passionate about. I also have a really hard time with, I think, just kind of the expectations that I put on myself from society, really. It's kind of something that I've internalized, and I know that a lot of people my age and, you know, kind of in this phase of life struggle with this, because though your job or your career, whatever you would like to call it, don't define you, it's so easy to feel like it does. I feel like it's just kind of something that I've been struggling and grappling with, because though I know that my job isn't the only thing that defines me, it's not, you know, I'm so much more than just a receptionist, but I always have a hard time with it, especially when I meet new people and, you know, that's the first question that comes out of their mouth is, so what do you do? And I remember I saw somewhere, it was either a video or an article that I was reading, but they said that they chose to introduce themselves with their hobbies and things that they were passionate about rather than their job right off the bat. Because of course, you know, working is important, it's how you get by, it's how you pay the bills, but it's not everything about who you are. And I really want to try to focus on that more myself, while also, of course, pushing towards my goals. I'm not going to be a receptionist forever. I promise myself that. I just need the change so badly. And on that note, I have been job searching, but that's been an ongoing theme in my life for a long time now. And it's been a really difficult journey just because any field is competitive, of course, especially at the entry level when you're really just kind of applying along with so many other people with very similar skill sets, and you know, you really almost need a connection or something to get your foot in the door, because there's just not enough just on your resume to be able to make you stand out and be that person that is the right fit for the job. I've done tons of interviews where I've felt really confident and then ended up not getting the job. And I know that the right opportunity will come along eventually when it's supposed to. I truly believe in fate and karma, and, you know, putting good energy out there and working hard, like that's gonna come back to you. It's just so hard to keep getting emails that are like, well, we really enjoyed meeting with you, but unfortunately we've decided to offer the position to someone else. And you're like, cool, I love what I'm doing, that's fine. So with this job search being such a process and so difficult, I've really just gotten to this point where I feel super stuck where I'm at. And this isn't the first time that I've felt this way. I even felt this way in college sometimes. I think sometimes your life situation can just be so almost stifling, and you feel like, you know, you're just doing the same thing day after day, you know, like whether it's going to school or going to work or whatever you're doing in your life. You kind of just get in this routine, and it's so easy to fall into that and become uninspired and feel directionless and not know what the heck you're doing or where you're going or what's going on. But I really think that I've gotten to a better place with all of this, and I think that's helped me a lot, even just in the jobs that I'm currently applying for, and you know, the energy that I'm putting out there. And that's part of why I'm filming this video right now, because I always find when I get in this place that that's kind of when I want to turn back to YouTube. So with where I'm at right now and not really knowing what the next step is, I've been considering a lot of things. I have still been applying to jobs because I know that, you know, there's definitely the possibility out there that the right opportunity will come along. I've definitely had some interviews recently where I've even made connections with people in the company, and so you never know where those things are going to take you. So I have my fingers crossed, and I haven't given up because I know if I keep pushing, eventually there's going to be a door that I knock on that I can actually go through, and they'll be a great fit for me, and I can start my career from there. And even if that doesn't end up being the right fit, at least it's a year or two of being creative and working on my skills and really just getting myself out there. But another thing that I have been considering doing in the near future is actually going back to school. I think this is a thing that a lot of people my age do. You know, it's wonderful to have a bachelor's degree. It definitely opens a lot of doors for you. But I think with kind of just the influx of people also going straight into grad school, there's just a lot more master's degrees out there, and it's not the end all be all, but I don't think that continuing your education is ever a bad thing. And a lot of jobs that I've been looking at outside of the specific film and video realm have been social media and marketing related. And while I do have the basic skill set for those jobs because I am, you know, a YouTube content creator, I'm comfortable with social media, I understand the basic concepts of marketing because I took a few courses while I was in college, but I do think going back to school would just kind of help me to continue to build on that skill set and also have a little bit more credibility because I can say, hey, I have a master's degree in this. I might know what I'm talking about. I did start one application, but I haven't finished it yet because I'm not really sure that it's the right step for me at this moment in time. It just kind of feels like the right next step. And I don't want to just jump into something like that because grad school is a huge commitment. It's a lot of time, it's a lot of money. And so I don't want to just jump into it because I feel like it's what I'm supposed to do. I want to do it because, you know, I want to learn genuinely, which I do, but I'm just being cautious about it because I realize it's a big commitment and I don't want to get into it and take 1 or 2 classes and decide it's not for me. While there's nothing wrong with doing that, I just kind of want to put my all into the things that I commit my time to. And so I'm really trying to kind of carefully consider whether that's my right next step or whether I want to take some more time and work more and kind of just see where things go. And if, you know, I do end up wanting to do that still after maybe 6 months or another year, then I will. But I'm just really not sure. It's just something that I've been considering, and I thought I'd kind of share that with you guys because I have definitely shared my whole struggle post-grad and how it hasn't been perfect. But I think everyone's journey is unique, and this is kind of mine, and I have to just keep pushing and trying to figure out where I'm supposed to be and what I'm supposed to be doing. And I know 5 or 10 years from now, I'm going to have a job that I love, and I'm going to be doing what I love, and I'll be looking back on this time just shaking my head like, if only you knew where you'd be. So yeah, that's just kind of where I'm at professionally, and that's a big part of my life. As much as I'd love to push it to the side, working full-time is a lot. It's a lot of your energy. It's a lot of your just emotional strength and all of those things. And so I've just been really kind of trying to push to change it into an environment that I'm more inspired in and something I'm more excited about doing, and I'm hoping that that will work out sometime in the near future. Now, as far as YouTube goes, I've been on this weird on-again, off-again path for the last couple years. I've gone through these phases where I'll have a few months where I'm consistently making videos, and then I'll kind of fall off of that, and I'll be gone for a while, and then I'll come back and I make a video like this where I'm like, blah, blah, this is going on in my life. I promise I'll be better. And then I'm not. And I think I just haven't really been my true kind of free and creative self for a long time. And that's myself that I try to portray on my channel and try to share on my channel. That's kind of the whole point of having this YouTube channel, besides sharing advice and, you know, beauty products and all of those sort of things with you guys. It's also exercising those creative muscles and doing what I love, which is making videos and telling stories and connecting with other people. And I really just don't think I've been truly in touch with that side of myself in a very long time. And I really, really, really want to change that. And I've said this before, I've sounded like a broken record over and over, but I think this time is different for me because I think understand now that a true successful creative person doesn't just have that creative spark and that inspiration, you know, and only run with it when they have it. The key to being successful in any creative field is not only having that, you know, talent and that spirit of wanting to put things out there, but also having the discipline to push yourself. Even when you're having an off day, it's better to try than to think about what might have happened if you did try and regret not trying. That's what I want to do for however long I can keep it up on this channel. I want to hold myself to uploading 2 videos a week. A few years ago, I used to do a Monday-Friday schedule and it worked really well for me, and I think I can make it work again. I don't know when I'm uploading this video. It might be this weekend, or maybe I will start on Monday and go from there. But I really just kind of wanted to share where I'm at in my life with you guys and kind of just me trying to figure things out and try to figure out where my channel fits into that. I'm hoping that I can make that a natural kind of transition and really just put a lot of energy into this, because when it comes down to it, if someone asks me what my dream job is, it's being in the YouTube and digital media space somewhere. Maybe doing my channel full time, or just helping other creators to figure out their kind of direction and what style would work best for them and how to market their videos. Something in that space I think is where I belong, because there's nothing that gets me more excited than making videos, than getting on YouTube and getting to watch content from my favorite creators, than going to events like Playlist Live and VidCon. I just live for those things, and I think that as much as I get that excitement and that really just special energy and spark, I need to really commit myself to that and not let myself down by not pushing in this direction, because it's what I love to do. I also really think in that sense, part of what is going to make this work is starting to treat YouTube like a job. And it's definitely not for the money aspect. I am a partner, but I promise I don't make anything to write home about with AdSense. And so that's definitely not what I mean by treating YouTube like a job. I just mean I can't just not show up to work on Monday because I don't feel like it. There are consequences for that. I want to treat YouTube the same way. I want to hold myself to uploading twice a week because I should and because I need to, not because, you know, it's like a suggestion or like I don't feel like it this week. And I think that'll really push me to be creative and go out of my comfort zone and continue to hopefully share really great content with you guys. Okay, if the angle just changed a little, I apologize, but it's a sure sign that I need to stop talking to my camera because my camera battery died and I just had to switch it out for a new one. Anyway, I hope that this video at least kind of made sense and just got the things that I was kind of wanting to share with you guys across. These have all just been things that I've been talking about with people in my personal life, you know, my family, my friends, definitely my boyfriend, poor thing, bless him for just listening to me struggle with where I'm at right now. I really just kind of wanted to put this all out there for you guys and show you that life isn't always perfect, but the thing that's really cool is you can still make every day what you want it to be. And you may not be able to control every single situation that you come across, and you do have to, you know, work and do things that you don't always want to do, but you still can make the best of it. And remember how lucky you are just to have a roof over your head and people that you care about in your life and all of those things that are so easy to take for granted. So I didn't mean to make the outro of this video super deep, but I just have been doing a lot of thinking lately, and I think it's really important sometimes to take a step back and remember what truly matters. That way you can just be happy with what you have and elated if something works out for you that you've been really wanting. So for me, that would be a new job, so just send some good vibes my way, guys, and hopefully that'll work out soon. Even if not, I'm going to start putting the energy and the time and everything that I really should have been putting in my YouTube channel for a long time. My, I guess, only like ask of you guys is to hold me to it. You know, if you have any requests for videos, leave them down below. Tweet me if you want to follow me on Instagram and just comment about, you know, like when is your next video coming. However you want to do that, I would appreciate it so much, because I think a lot of what makes YouTube so special is getting to connect with the people watching your videos. I wouldn't still be doing this over 7 years later unless I truly loved it. And I do. I love this community. And even though YouTube has changed so much and it's hard to be a little creator nowadays because there's just so much content out there. Basically, long story short, I am working on my career. I'm not where I want to be, but it's okay, and that's part of the journey of adulting, as much as it can suck sometimes. And I want to actually do this YouTube thing. Give it a real chance, give it a good run, and I hope that you guys will join me on that journey. Any content that you want to see, definitely let me know. Give me a thumbs up if you feel so inclined. I'd appreciate it. I always love support from you guys. Thank you so much for listening if you made it to this point in this video, and I promise I will see you in one super soon. I love you guys so much, and I'll talk to you in my next video. Bye.